So, outside again and better weather. My question that I'm dealing with is a question of doubt. One of the things that has been made clear to me since taking this path or being placed upon this path of awakening, I would call it, following some of the teachings of sorcery, and of course always remaining a faithful servant of God as far as I am able to understand his will and purpose, and following the tenets of the Bible as far as a man of my low estate can understand them. But the matter of doubt is something quite important, I think, and I've noticed that I suffer from doubt. I have regular moments of I'm just not sure whether what I'm doing is going to come out well, and that's something which occurs every day, and I'm beset by a moment of sheer panic or fear, and I have a kind of an lying sensation of fear, as though everything that I'm doing is going to turn out wrong, and I haven't really got any justification for it, because the things that I'm doing have turned out very well, and I've dealt with every difficulty throughout my life, really, and yet this sense of uncertainty, it lingers. And I was reading I read James a few days ago, because I was remembering some of his words, and I love the book of James. I'm sure I'm not alone. And I think it was in the beginning that it mentioned this idea of to ask with nothing wavering, because to ask without faith, without trusting, then there will be no response. And I think that's a very important concept. I suppose it was Peter's problem, really, wasn't it, when he walked upon the water and then didn't? But it was an absence of faith, perhaps, a momentary lapse in his faith. And in the path of sorcery, or the concept of impeccability in all actions, there is no room for uncertainty. Uncertainty is simply indulgence, which is really what it is. There's no point. You set a course and you follow it diligently, and you meet with the obstacles as they arrive. But because I've been following this path for quite a while now, it seems to be quite a long time since I last had a kind of total meltdown of my, confidence crisis, almost, where I'm not sure whether I'm going or coming or going. And that's something that's accompanied my life, really, ever since I can remember. Periods of sort of strong direction and unquestioning advancement or progress, or whatever you could call it, and then moments of doubt. Sometimes could be very dark and could be quite enduring, and lasting even months. So I suppose it's been about 2 months now, or a bit longer, maybe a little longer. And those moments, really, those indulgences have been removed from me. So I think maybe that's why I'm feeling anxious, as though I'm going to be found out sooner or later for having such an enjoyable time at the moment, and not really worrying about things the way that I used to. So that would be wavering, I suppose, in relation to God, and it's a lack of faith. So I have to learn. I think perhaps we all have to learn to have this reliance, this trust, the certainty, the certainty that was in the hand of Abraham when he rose. He raised his knife to strike Isaac. That would that must have been an incredible gesture of faith. Of course, he was rewarded for it. But imagine it. I can't think that I would be able to come even close to that level of trust and understanding. But then I'm not Abraham, you know. So those are just thoughts. I don't know whether anybody has any ideas of how to strengthen one's, um, uh, what should we call it? Not faith exactly, but just to abandon this wasteful uncertainty. I mean, I've noticed when I play the guitar, for example, if I approach a difficult passage with uncertainty, I will certainly get it wrong. And the only way to approach anything is with certainty and confidence in every step. And this is what I'm trying to learn. This is what I'm learning. But I don't have all that many markers. I'm just sort of proceeding as I go. I think maybe it's a period when quite a lot of people have understood these things. I don't know. There seems to have been an outpouring of the Spirit. I do think that over the past few years, and understanding has been poured upon the people and across the land. And maybe many haven't seen it, but let's hope many have. God bless.